niche clarity, and target audience. If you got any questions, we'll be having a separate session at the end, so you can ask your questions then. Now, all of you might have played or must have some interest in cricket. It's a very popular sport. You know this person? Who is this person? Ricky. Ricky Ponting. 100% correct. Awesome. He is Ricky Ponting. And why I'm showing you this picture? Why I'm showing you Ricky Ponting's picture? There is some reason for that. Any cricketer, when he comes to the crease, starting the play, because before starting the game, what he does is he just looks around the entire field to know where the fielders are. Okay. Want to know the location of the fielders. I don't know much of cricket. वो गली है या whatever, short leg, long leg, blah blah blah, whatever. Okay, where the fielders are. But Ricky Ponting do something else. So a journalist was interviewing Ricky Ponting, and he asked one particular question. Okay, sir, I have seen that whenever a batsman comes to the crease, he looks around in the ground, and you also look around in the ground. So what do you look at? So Ricky Ponting replied, everybody looks at the positioning of fielders, where fielders are. Well, what do you look at? Well, I look at gaps. I look at gaps. Where there is a gap, I will hit there so that I can score a 4 or a 6. So, this is a very good strategy. He is focusing on the gaps. So, if you also start focusing on the gaps, that means where there is a demand, where there is lesser supply, you are going to be a big winner. Okay. So focus on the gaps. If you focus on the gaps, you will make more money. Fill in the gap and make more money. Life is meant to be as per your dreams. But what happens is that people just keep on shrinking their dreams to match their life. Okay. Whereas you should expand your life, expand your income, expand your earnings so that you can have a dream life. But this happens very rarely. Most of us keep on shrinking our dreams. Okay. A young boy, when he is into school or college, he has got very big dreams. I'll do this, I'll do that, I'll do that. But when he comes to the practical world, keeps on shrinking his dreams. नहीं नहीं नहीं, क्या करना है ज्यादा पैसे का? No. बहुत कुछ होता है. That's a wrong way of thinking. Your business must pay you. You should have a potential to make money and big money in your business. Okay. As I told earlier, it should give you income, freedom, and fulfillment. Okay. Niches is it is said that riches are in the niches. If you want to make more money, you select a suitable topic. Okay. So what niche you are thinking, decide about your niche, decide about your topic, decide about your subject, and validate it. You should get a kind of proof, so that you are assured that the whatever subject you have selected, whatever topic you have selected for your course or your coaching is the perfect one. Okay. Select the subject and validate it. Get a proof. There's the framework on which we work and I teach my students is the 3-pillar framework. And the first pillar is clarity. The second pillar is launch. And the third pillar is scale. This is the framework on which I teach my students to work. First of all, you should have clarity on the topic and some other things. I'll tell you all about this. The second phase is launching and then scaling. Whereas most of the coaches, they say clarity, and then you complete all the course and shoot all the videos, do the editing part, and then you start marketing and then you sell it. No, wrong way. Absolutely wrong way. Unfortunately, after wasting 6, 7, 8 months or a year in completing your course, you go in the market and there are no takers. You have wasted your 1 year or 6 months or 8 months, whatever time you have spent over there. Whatever money you invested is gone. Whatever efforts you have put in are gone. You get frustrated. So, clarity, then launch, and then scale it. Okay. Why people buy courses? If in the world anybody is buying a course, why they buy courses? Nobody in the world, nobody, not even a single person is interested to buy a course. Nobody. But why people are buying courses? They are buying courses to solve one problem, another course to solve another problem. What are the problems? Either it's a pain or it's a problem which they want to get rid of, which they want to solve, which they want to sort out. Or it is a dream which they want to fulfill, or it is a desire which they want to fulfill. These are the four reasons for which courses are sold. Either your course should solve somebody's problem or sort out somebody's pain, or it should help somebody to achieve their dreams or their desires. If your course is directed to that direction, it's going to be a hot cake. Okay. Now, the clarity phase, when we come to clarity, the first pillar, you should focus on one problem, that is one niche. कोई niche भी बोलते हैं, so some people call it niche, but the proper pronunciation is niche. So you should focus on one niche, one problem. A niche means a problem which you are going to solve. Okay, like if you go for yoga, that is a health and wellness area. And what you are going to provide, you are going to help people lose their weight or get fitness or something like that. But again, we'll be coming to that in a bit more detail. Okay, you should have a particular one process for that. You should, in your course, you should give a way out. Okay, these are the steps. If you follow these steps, you will get this result. What result? That is a promise. So one problem, one process which you should give in your course, and what result the student is going to get. When you are clear about all these three things, this gives you confidence. Okay. Now, most people, most coaches, they tell you complete the course and then sell it. No. They say prepare the content, then offer it, and then sell it. No. Our way of coaching is you sell the offer, not the product. Sell the offer. Make an attractive offer, sell this offer, and then create the content. This is the launch phase. First sell the offer, then pre-launch it, pre-sell it, and then create the content. Your confidence is very high. And once you are able to do that, even if you are able to make 5-10 sales, that will boost your confidence like anything. Then you go for paid ads. You start making paid ads in Facebook or other social media or other places. You go for paid ads, invest there. You learn webinar selling because that is the most common way of selling digital products these days. Electronic media, particularly selling online courses or online coaching, webinars is the most popular way of selling online. Okay. And when you do all of these things, gradually you are building your personal brand. Personal brand is not built in a day. It takes time. So when you are doing all these things, gradually, step by step, you are building your personal brand. And once you become a brand, then people start getting attracted to you. They will come to you earlier also, but when you become an authority, become a brand, more and more people will come to you. So this is scaling stage. So there are 3 stages: clarity, launch, and scaling. Okay. Now, if you don't do this properly, what are the problems? If you don't do this, if you don't select a proper niche, what are the problems? You become forgettable. People will forget you because whatever you are selling, whatever topic you are teaching on is not very attractive. Why should people stick with you? They will forget you. Okay. Marketing will become very hard for you, and you will start losing confidence. You will not get confidence at all. Okay. But if you do it right, if you do it properly, you stand out from the crowd. You become center of attraction. People get attracted to you. They will start buying your course. So you have to be someone who is standing out from the crowd. Okay. You attract the right clients. You can charge a premium price for your product, for your courses, for your coaching. But what is the biggest challenges in selecting the niche? What mistakes people make? There are five top mistakes which people make in selecting a topic, a niche, a subject. Okay. And what are the five mistakes? Number one mistake is they get married to a niche. When I say getting married to a niche, that means you select one particular niche, start working on it, and even if it is not giving you the desired results, you stick to it for lifelong. That is the wrong strategy. If the niche which you have selected is not giving you proper results within 3 to 6 months, it is better for you to go for something else. Leave it, just divorce it, and move on to some other niche. Okay, so keep dating with the niche. Dating is a better idea. You try it, you do dating with this, and if it is suitable, then get married to it. But don't get married to your niche initially. Okay. If it doesn't work for you in 3 to 6 months, part ways. Leave it. The second mistake which people make is niching too broad. Like if you meet somebody, you ask, what do you do? And he says, I'm into wellness industry. Now, wellness industry is such a vast area, a doctor is a wellness practitioner. Yoga teacher is also into wellness. Gym instructor is also into wellness. A marathon trainer is also into wellness. A weight loss expert is also into wellness. A beauty expert is also into wellness. So wellness or health and wellness is a broad category. So you cannot define that as your niche. You have to go micro. You have to go micro. You have to narrow down your area of specialization. As you see, there are lots of doctors. I'm giving you one example. You come across earlier days, so many doctors, MBBS, 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 Munna Bhai MBBS. MBBS used to be a great thing because there was shortage of doctors. So an MBBS doctor was considered to be a big thing. But now, if you ask a doctor, and doctor, what is your qualification? And he says, I'm MBBS. You will just stand up from there and move to some other doctor. An MBBS doctor is good enough to treat minor ailments like headache or toothache or leg ache or small minor fevers or colds or something like that. But if I got a serious problem, you need a specialist. You go to if somebody has got a cardiac problem, they go to a cardiologist. They got something with the eye, ophthalmologist, like that. So this is the age when people try to work with the experts. And when you narrow down your area of operation, you become an expert because you are focusing on a small subject. You are gathering, you are collecting, you are learning more and more and more and more on that small subject. So you become an expert. So that you become an expert, you know more than anybody else. Okay, so focus on a small area instead of going broad. Go deep. Instead of going broad, go deep. Suppose there is a big piece of land, 10,000 square meters. Don't look at the entire piece of plot. Take 1 square meter and go deep and deep and deep and deep and deep. As deep as you can go. You'll get much better results. Okay. So if you say I'm into digital marketing, or I'm into marketing, or I'm into wellness, or I'm into relationships, or I'm into yoga, even if you say I'm into yoga, that again is a broad niche. But if you say I help young mothers lose 5 kg of weight post pregnancy, using yoga techniques. That makes it very, very specific. Your audience is young mothers, and that too post pregnancy. Okay. Helping them lose 5 kg of weight in 30 days. That is the result you are promising. And yoga is the method by which you will be helping them out. So you have to go narrow. Now you will say, okay, if I go narrow, I'll lose a big part of the market. No, my dear friend, you will lose a big part of the market, but you will become a specialist. Your charges, your fees are going to be much, much, much higher. You go to MBBS doctor, he'll not be able to demand even 500 rupees. You go to a specialist, his consultation will not be less than 2,000, 3,000 rupees in today's time. Okay. You are dealing with lesser number of people making much more money. Okay. So go narrow. Go narrow. Don't go broad. Go narrow. Go deep. When you are a generalist like a MBBS doctor or you are a specialist, that will decide the level of your income. In suppose there are two coaches. One coach A, he says, I help people lose 5 kg of weight in 30 days. He has got 10 testimonials and he charges 5,000 rupees. Whereas coach B, he says, I help young mothers lose 5 kg of weight within 30 days. 10 testimonials, same. Charges 10,000 rupees. So if you are a young mother, you will go to coach B, not coach A. Though he is charging less, he is charging more. You will go to this. Why? Because he is specialized in treating young mothers lose 5 kg of weight. It's more dependable. So that makes you a specialist. And a specialist always charges more. Okay. Next mistake is either focusing on yourself or not focusing on yourself at all. There are two types of people. Either they focus on themselves only, they are not concerned about the results their students are going to get, or they are concerned about other things and they are not concerned about their own interest. So both the situations are wrong. You should have a proper balance. You should focus on your results as well as your students' results. Okay? And select a niche accordingly. Don't don't do it only for money. Money is a byproduct. If you want to create a course only for sake of making money, no, that's a wrong idea. Money is a byproduct. If you solve more problems for more people, you will get a lot of money. You don't have to ask for that, it will come. Now, how to decide about your niche? These three things come into place when we start thinking about a niche. You should be passionate about the subject. Whatever subject or topic you are selecting, you should be passionate on that. You should have an interest, a liking for that. It should solve a big problem. Whatever area you are selecting, whatever topic you are selecting, whatever subject you are selecting, it should solve a big problem for people. And there should be an audience who is willing to pay for that. A combination point where all these three things meet is your niche. You should be passionate about it. It should solve a big problem. People should be willing to pay for that. There are more things which are coming, but initially you should focus on this. Now, what is your passion? Your passion, you are supposed to be passionate about something if you can read 100 books, 50 books, 200 books on the topic. If you can watch 50, 100, 200 videos on that topic. If you can do it for some time, even for free, that means you are passionate about that topic or subject or niche. Okay. If the answer is yes, that means you have got passion for that subject, that topic. And if the answer is no, that means you are not passionate. Okay. And if you are not passionate about your subject, you will quit it sooner or later. You will quit it. Now, the fourth mistake people make is not focusing on money. They start giving you their course free of cost initially. These days, I see an ad on Facebook and all that. One lady is just giving away her courses for free. I don't know why. Whatever is the quality of the courses, I don't know. Why giving everything for free? I don't know what strategy she is having, but giving something absolutely for free is useless. Why? If you don't get paid for it, if you don't get paid for it, is it work? This is a social service. Okay. And this is the mantra. You can take a snapshot of it or you can note it down. Those who pay attention. You give something free of cost to anybody, people will not attach any value to it. They'll not be attracted to it. And even if they take it, they will not take any action. Okay. Those who pay attention, and those who pay attention take action, and those who take action get results or get success. So if you are charging for your courses and for your coaching, you are doing a service to your customer. Giving it free of cost is a wastage of your efforts and your product for you as well as for the person who is getting it, because he is not going to take any action on that. Free ka hai na, kya karna hai? Won't take any action. Then, not focusing on results. You have to focus on the student's results. When you focus on the student's results, you will get results automatically. Okay. So now, what problem do you want to solve? There are two types of problems. There are two types of problems. What are these two types? One is good to solve problem, and other type is must solve problems. So what are good to solve? What are must solve? Suppose you say, okay, I want to create a course on to teach how to fly kite flying course. Okay. It's good to solve. It's a good for those who want to learn flying a kite, how to fly a kite. But everybody may not be interested. This is not something which is urgently required, and there's not going to be much demand for that. But if you say that I'm into weight loss and I'm preparing a course, I'm creating a course how to lose 10 kg of weight in 30 days, and that too for young mothers, or that too for elderly people, or that too for one particular audience, that is a must solve problem. Most of the ladies gain weight after pregnancy, after say delivery. So they want to lose their weight. That's a situation which should be sorted out. They want to come out of that. So if that is a must solve problem, and this is good to solve problem, so you should focus more on a niche which is in this red area, that is must solve problem. Okay. Now, people don't buy courses and coaching, I told you earlier also. They buy results. They want transformation. They want solutions. If your course can give them solution or transformation or result, it will be selling like a hot cake. If not, no takers. So when selecting a niche, you have to become a specialist. You have to become a specialist when you are working on a micro niche, on a small area. Okay. You become, please don't switch on your camera in between. Okay. So select a micro niche. And which of these 5 mistakes is allowed? Tell me. Number one mistake is getting married to it. Number two mistake is niching too broad. Number three mistake is focusing on yourself only. Number four mistake is not focusing on money. And number five mistake is not focusing on results. Which of these five is allowed? Which of these 5 mistakes you can do? Tell me. Which of these 5 mistakes? Three. Sorry. Anybody else? Which of these mistakes you can avoid? Okay, कोई बात नहीं है, हो गया, कोई बात नहीं. 3 and 5. No, my dear friends, no, not even a single. You should not commit any of these mistakes. No, not even a single. All these 5 mistakes should be avoided. All these 5. Okay. Now, you want me to help you out in finding your niche? How to find your niche or subject or topic? You want me to help you? If you want me to help you, say BIO. Bring it on. Say BIO. Come on, fast. I don't want you people to be that lazy. Come on, fast, fast. Awesome, awesome, great. Okay, now how to select a niche. There are courses, there are online coaching for two particular problems. One is they want to people buy courses to solve a problem or remove a pain. So either this point has to be taken care of. So your niche should focus either on this or should help people in achieving a dream or a desire. If this is aimed at something else apart from these two areas, it's not going to work. It should focus either on relieving somebody's pain or removing his problem or help him achieve a dream or a desire. Then that is a good niche. A course on such a subject will sell. Okay. Same is with coaching. It should solve a problem, it should remove a pain, or it should help the audience or the student to achieve a dream or desire. Okay. Now let's look at it from a different point of view. Your target audience and their pains or problems, the combination, the place where these two things meet, that is the best area to operate. That is the best subject to operate. Okay. Similarly, your target audience and their desires and dreams, where these two things meet, that is the best area to work on. Okay. Now, people who want to achieve something or people who want to remove something, these are the two broad categories. Either they want to achieve something or they want to remove something. So your niche should be aimed at either of these two. Okay. Niche clarity. To be clear about the niche, earlier we talked about three points. You should be passionate about it. It should solve a big problem, and people should be willing to pay for that. But the fourth part of this puzzle is you should have the required skills for that niche. Either you have the skills or you learn the skills. Where all these four things meet is a perfect niche for you. You are passionate about it. It is solving a big problem. You have got the skills for that, and people are willing to pay for that subject. So that is a perfect niche. Okay. Now, what is your niche? Finalize your niche and post it in the Facebook group. Now, there are 4 P's of attraction when it comes to electronic or digital products. 4 P's, even in marketing. 4 P's of attraction. When say 4 P's, 1P, 2P, 3P, 4P of attraction, how you attract your customer, how you attract. There should be one persona, that means one audience. As I told you earlier, you should focus on one area of the population, either students or working ladies or working women or service class or small business people or retired people or elderly people, like that. One segment. Then it should solve one big problem. So one person or audience, one problem, that is subject. Then one process. It should be giving a one particular process, and you should promise a one big result. One persona, that is one audience, one problem, one process, the way you are going to sort out the problem, the content of your course, and what is the result. So these four are the attraction point of. So has there been something very very valuable or knowledgeable? Are you excited? If you are excited, I would like you to share your feedback on Trustpilot or in the Facebook group, wherever you feel like. Okay. I'm giving the link again here. The link will be shared in the WhatsApp group also. So I'd like all of you to go to this Trustpilot site and give me a 5-star rating along with your feedback. Okay. Now, with that, we come to the conclusion of this day. Now, if there are any questions, you can come out with your questions. This is the end of session 2. Tomorrow, I'll help you to create an irresistible offer which you will sell in the market. Because you have to sell an offer, not the course. You have to sell the offer. So, how to create the irresistible offer, we'll be talking about tomorrow.